All right, everybody. This article both saddens me to no end and infuriates me to no end as well. And what we have here is a news report. This is why I don't watch the news. This is why I usually don't read the news. But it seems like every time I do, it's bad. And it blows my mind how little people regard other people's lives if somebody holds something that they want. Now, in Glendale, Arizona, last Sunday, April the 17th, a 16-year-old kid, let me show you his face here. This poor kid right here, 16 years old, avid video game player, went to sell his Xbox game system on an application like a phone, selling online service, kind of like Craigslist, I guess, but it's for the phones or whatever. And they've already had the memorial service, and a 16-year-old kid is now dead trying to sell his Xbox on this like online meeting. So what happened here is Miguel Navarro thought he had arranged to sell an Xbox gaming console through an online service. He was shot in the back. Shot in the back. People didn't even have the balls to shoot the guy while he's watching. They shoot him in the back, of all things. You know? And a 19-year-old kid has been arrested in the connection of his death. So at the memorial Thursday, a framed picture showed a recent photo of Navarro holding a stuffed rhinoceros alongside a photo of a younger Navarro in a football uniform, and a bouquet of bright yellow flowers set on top of the gravel driveway, surrounded by two teddy bears and a balloon that read, "You're number one." A family friend of the 16-year-old kid, Carolina Vinegra, 33, stood looking at the site, crying, basically hiding her eyes and her tears behind sunglasses. And she trembles as she explained that she was like a second mom to Navarro, and she watched the kid grow up for 5 years, and she'd become close friends with Navarro's mother, and they became neighbors in Glendale. She said he was such an amazing, sweet boy who is so spontaneous and funny. I can't believe this senseless act over a video game killed him. I can't believe it. And Navarro leaves behind his mother and a younger sister, a little girl who hasn't quite grasped. Man. I don't even know these people, and this crap saddens me, you know? His younger sister can't even grasp that her hero is gone. You know? He was the man of the family. He always looked out for his loved ones. And he goes to try to sell his freaking video game system and gets killed for it. Viniegra says that he was very respectful, never got into trouble, and spent most of his time playing video games. She said, letting out a small laugh. I would say, you're going to kill your brain cell. But she said Navarro was a smart kid and his gaming talent was obvious. He was known in the video game community as the hacker. Family is absolutely devastated. They're at a loss for words. So my heart, my prayers, everything goes out to his mother and his sister and people like his friend here. Carolina Viniegra, 33, of Glendale, Arizona. Everybody who knew this kid, heart and prayers go out to them. I can't imagine the loss. They're suffering right now. And here's where it just goes wrong. Police and paramedics were called to the house shortly, late Sunday afternoon. Found a neighbor. A neighbor was performing CPR on Navarro, the kid that got shot, who was bleeding in his own driveway. He was taken to the hospital, and he was pronounced dead later that night. According to a neighbor who witnessed the confrontation, a single shooter fled on foot before driving away in a car that was identified as a gold Dodge Durango by multiple surveillance cameras. A search of Navarro's phone produced a series of texts between him and an unknown number discussing the sale of his Xbox system. According to the court documents, the number led investigators to a phone registered with the OfferUp. That's the name of the service he was trying to sell it on. And the phone number belonged to a Pedro Claro Fernandez. Now, police staked out the resident of this Pedro Claro Fernandez on Tuesday and observed a man matching his description pulling up in a gold Dodge Durango. However, Aaron Ott, 19, of Avondale, Arizona, is being held in the jail, Maricopa County Jail, on suspicion of first-degree murder and armed robbery of Navarro's death. His bond set at $1 million. Now, here's where it just gets nuts. According to police and court documents, when Claro Fernandez was brought in for questioning, he told investigators that Ott had asked him to install an app on his phone to try to find an Xbox system, a video game system. The two discovered that Navarro, the kid that died, had posted his Xbox up for sale on OfferUp, an online site to buy and sell items locally. They set up a time on Sunday to meet, evidently at Navarro's house right outside his, in his driveway. So Claro Fernandez told police he was shocked to hear the gunshots while he waited in Ott's mother's vehicle while Ott went to make the exchange. Don't believe that for a second. He also said he didn't know Ott was carrying a firearm. I don't believe that for a second either. But that's just me. Anyway, he said he told Ott, he said Ott told him that he shot Navarro when he refused to give him the Xbox. And according to the police report, he said Ott asked him to hold on to the backpack containing the Xbox because Ott did not want to get caught with it. So he's sitting there. Here's this Ott kid go out, 19-year-old kid go out and try to trade for an Xbox and then shoots him. And then he's like, what the hell? Okay, I'll go ahead and hold on to the Xbox and everything for you and the gun. Because what happened later was when brought in for questioning, Ott told police that he did not know what happened at the house because he was high on marijuana. Nice excuse, freaking loser. He did not shoot Navarro, however, so the police report said. How the hell would he know if he was so high that he didn't know that he didn't know what happened? How would he know that he didn't shoot him? Anyway, he told police it was all Claro Fernandez's idea. According to the police report, an Xbox, a video game system, and a gun magazine with .45 caliber ammunition were found at Claro Fernandez's residence. So the video game, the gun magazine, and with a .45 caliber ammunition were found at this Claro Fernandez's residence. The bullets matched the shell casing found on the ground by where Navarro laid. However, Ott's mother, this is a 19-year-old kid that's being held in custody in the jail on $1 million bond. Ott's mother said authorities have wrongly placed blame on her son for Navarro's death. She said, my son is an easy target because he's just a dumb kid, said Cheryl Ott. They think he's going to be a quick conviction. She said police need to take a second look at Claro Fernandez. Well, they probably do. I don't know. Anyway, she said, the plan is so stupid, but it was simple, she said. She knew. Here's what gets me. She said she knew that they went over to steal the Xbox. And the agreement was that my son was going to scare Navarro, asking him for the Xbox, and that Pedro would grab the Xbox. But the plan went awry, Cheryl Ott said. They went about it wrong, obviously because someone is dead, or someone died, she said, but they got the wrong guy. Glendale police did not respond to multiple requests for comment on Thursday. Cheryl Ott questions why authorities have released Claro Fernandez, placing the sole blame on her son. And she said Aaron Ott doesn't know how to shoot a gun because he never has even held a gun before. She said, my son's story is short and sweet. He didn't do it. And that's all we got right now. So, two punk losers went over. It doesn't matter if this freaking Pedro Claro Fernandez, if he was telling the truth and didn't know that, he was going to shoot him anyway, he still went over there with a plan to steal an Xbox, which is burglary. The plan, according to his own mom, Ott's old mom, was to go and steal and be a thug and steal the Xbox. And then it went awry because they ended up shooting him in the back, mind you, shooting the kid in the back. This is the infuriating part that drives me insane. And I am so ticked off about it that I hope both of these bastards that went over there to steal the game system, I hope both of them wind up in jail. And not only that, if his mother was found to have been driving the vehicle and drove over there, then I hope she goes to jail too. I know this Ott kid is 19 years old and he is an adult, and his mother shouldn't be held responsible, but it doesn't sound like she drove that car over to his house. I'm sure he just drove himself, or the two guys drove over there by themselves. But if they find out she did drive that vehicle, then I hope her ass goes to prison too. This is sad. I mean, I don't know what to think about this. This put me in tears reading it, and reading about the funeral services and the friend who had to comment, and the sister who now has to live without her big brother who was her hero. I mean, it's heartbreaking, and all over a freaking video game system, an Xbox worth whatever, $200-300 probably at the most. Unbelievable. And I know there's stories like this. We hear stories all the time about tennis shoes causing the death of innocent people. Video game systems all the time. This seems to happen all the time with video game systems, Craigslist deals, whatever it is. I just can't believe people nowadays think that a material item is worth killing somebody over. And this is why, if you use alcohol or you use drugs to the point that you don't know what the hell you're doing, I don't care if you're waking up in bed with somebody you don't know because you're drunk or whatever it is. If you use any kind of substance to the point where you don't know what the hell you're doing, if you don't remember driving home yourself because you're so wasted and drunk, then it's time to get help. It's time to stop using that substance, that drug, if you can't control it. And I'm talking to everybody out there who is a substance abuser of any kind. If you get to the point where you don't know your own actions because you're so effed up, then it's time to get help. Please get help. You cannot do things to other people and then blame the alcohol or blame the drug. The drug and the alcohol are innocent. It's the people that abuse it that are at fault. I am so sick and tired of hearing people blame drugs or blame alcohol for their own actions while they're on them. Don't use them if you can't remember what the hell you're doing. So I'm talking to everybody out there who listens to this, and I'm hoping that it'll save a life. Whether you drink too much alcohol, by getting help, you might save the life of a mother and her two kids. When you're driving home drunk one time and you don't remember what the hell you're even doing. This story is a perfect example of how infuriating it is to me to see anybody blame a substance, alcohol or drugs, on an action they committed, a murder they did, whatever it is, saying, I don't remember. That doesn't make you innocent, dickhead. This is infuriating. Yeah, I don't care who you are out there. If you are listening to this video and you've ever used alcohol or you've ever used drugs, and then you don't remember what the hell you did, and you blame your actions on the alcohol or the drugs, get help! Get help! That's all I gotta say. I'm saddened by this story. I am ticked off, and this is why I hate reading the news. This is why I hate watching the news. This is why it's so much easier to hide in a video game. Just not read or listen to the news because it's always bad like this. But even more sickening than the bad news is the people. The people that continue to blame their actions on alcohol or drugs that they choose to consume. Pisses me off. Be sure you guys comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this story. Let me know if you guys know more news about this story, whatever happens. I definitely want to follow up with this video, find out what happens to these two punk thugs who went over to rob this poor kid of his Xbox, ended up shooting him in the back. I hope they never get out. Never. Honestly, if it was up to me, I think that it would save us as taxpayers so much freaking money to just shoot both these thug punks right in the head right now. Yeah, don't pay taxes to put them in prison for X number of years. Shoot them both in the head. Justice. Where's the justice in our system? You know, they want to shoot a poor 16-year-old kid trying to sell his Xbox to make a little bit of money. They want to shoot him in the back. They deserve to be shot in the head. Period. That's my opinion. Anyway, I want to know your opinion, though, you guys. Let me know down in the comments down below. Be sure you rate my video. This has been Zaxter99 with another sad and bad story in the news. Take care, everybody.